Hey, before we start, I want to thank you our Patreons. So a special honor to Eric, and I want to thank you to Teresa, Simon Sineda, David Hensel, Melina Brunner, Robert Hartl, Eric Gangl and Reinhard Bauer. Without your help, we can't make our game Kordex and this YouTube tutorial. So let's start now.
Hello and welcome to my video tutorial modeling the townhouse. This is part 5 and today I want to finish this whole process, this whole townhouse as an asset, and to import this to Unity. I will care about several steps today. So the first will be a quick root modeling time lapse for doing all the little details here. The second part will be create a unique texture for this house, and I will care about the stone texture for here, the 4 stones around my house base. Then the third point will be the texture for this part here, for this wood detail stuff. So we have a nice wood inside these rings. When the unique textures are done and the UV layout is fitting, then I will combine everything and bake a texture in Blender so that we got one material with one single texture. When this is done, I will rework this texture and add some more details like this moss path here, or moss here and there, maybe some cracks or something like this, and then I will export the whole mesh to Unity. So let's start. The first step will be modeling here the wood stuff. I will start with this one and the other side here as well, and then adding some leaves around this so that we get some detailed stuff here. Okay, let's start. So, the modeling for the branches and the roots are finished, and the leaves is placed as well nicely, I guess. So I like this so far. What I forgot in my past sessions and as well today is I don't want to have here this ground thing here. This is really not necessary. I will delete it today. So just select them and delete this. We don't need it all this faces, but yeah, you know, we will never see them again. It is as well necessary to delete all the faces within here of the roof. In the bottom side of the roof, we can delete nearly everything. So what I will need to do, select this and disable the modifier so far. So just press here the little eye icon and I can disable the modifier. And okay, basically I want to deactivating backface culling as well, so I see where my mesh hits the roof, and this is where I need to cut. As well, I will disable here the modifier for now, so I can really focus and completely watch inside of my house. Yeah, you see the modifier just duplicate this, but I want to cut the faces now. So we will not see this, and this face. Face, delete them. I just need to paint, check, yeah, okay. There's as well no connection between this edge and this edge, so there's no face, this is open, and I can simply remove this. Okay. The next part will be I will take the knife tool and will simply cut from one edge to the next edge. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay. So I can delete this faces as well now. Nice. And okay, now I take this edge and bring it to this part, to this, yeah, okay, this is nice. And I will do the same with this edge here, bring it with double G to this side. So I removed all the faces right here, so this is good. I just need to think about, no, I will keep it, or just select it and isolate it. I need to check. Now we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 sides, so this is an end gun. This is not good. The only thing is I need to select those vertices and connect them here as well. Connect with G, with the button J. Okay. I don't know if I don't see anything what should be removed as well. Everything is pretty nice. Let's check backface culling. Looks good so far. And now activating the eye icon again, and on this face here as well, activate. So now we removed all the unnecessary faces within the house mesh. Yeah, and the next, so we can go to the next step. Okay guys, I made a change of mind. I will not do now the stone texture here. I just thought because my plan was usually to select now those stones and create a new, completely new texture or material for this, and then after, and as well I wanted to create the texture for this here, but I can skip this part because I can immediately bake my texture to a new map and create one material for all the textures, and I can paint the texture in my new created texture. So yeah, I can skip this one step. Yeah, but now I need to fix some things first. So at first I want to select this little roof thing here. For now, everything is fitting, and we have merged, we have tidy up this a little bit. But what I want to do is I will apply now the modifier. So everything is merged now, but what I want to do is I want to give here, I want to make this a UV cut. Mark seam, the same will be here on the other side, or maybe I can just select the whole thing again and mark seam. Okay, this is necessary because I will unfold my UVs later, so I need to care about how this UVs looks like. And right now we have this kind of a mess. Everything is duplicated and laying over each other. So for example, when I press this L, oh sorry, I need to activating this again. When I press L, then here, this L, this is overlapping for each other. So yeah, this is very important for going ahead. So this is number one. I'm checking out these materials as well. Where are this? Okay, this is fine. Maybe we will make this a little bit bigger. Whatever. Looks good. Then the next one will be this part here. So I said that I will care about this part because this is not working right now. We can easily make this. So apply this one, or a step back. At first I need to tidy up this here as well a little bit. I haven't done this yet, so yeah. So it's very easy. So we just need to bring this here. So this is again okay. Basically we can as well make this, bring this up, but for now I will keep this. This is already tidied up, and this is basically as well clean. I will just control this by let me find it. Basically I want to select, go here to select all by trait, and say select faces by sides. So I have selected here number of vertices 4. So this tool select all faces with 4 sides. Now I go ahead and press 5. And why is this selected? I don't know. Okay, there's no face selected so far. But when I press 3, then all the triangles are selected. So okay, we don't have a face with 5 sides. This is connected, this is good, so everything is fine. I'm happy with this. So now I hit apply the modifier so that this is now one single mesh. And what I want to do is I will cut here and here, here and here. I give here as well a UV scene because yeah. Because we want that this will be folded out again nicely. Or what should I press again? Press E again here, so that everything is the same size, and I scale this up a little bit so that this is probably fitting, whatever. So now this is tied up a little bit. Let's go to the next one. We have here again this part here. So what I want to do is I will mark seam, and I will pin this here, and now I should be able to extrude this nicely, or unwrap this nicely so there is no UV seam anymore. We have here as well the same issue. So what's going on? We should I will just select those vertices, hit P, so to pin this, then select everything again, and unwrap this again. Basically, this is now unfold very nicely. We don't have any UV seams here now, but we have this here. I'm thinking about to tidy up as well the whole mesh a little bit more by bringing this to a deeper position, because yeah, my surface of where this house will stand is not very flat, so I need to give it a little bit more space so that this is working. Where's this one now? Okay. The only thing what I need to do is selecting those two buttons again, hit P, select this again and extrude this or unwrap this again. So this is again like this, but when I think now about this, I want to give it here a UV cut. Do you know why? I just want to there is later the stone over this place, over this position, and this is a little bit very long, and I will bring later all UVs to one single image, and so I don't want that this is too long, so I just place it and cut it here so it will be not too long, and it should be okay. Probably it is as well possible to completely remove this structure here, because yeah, we needed this line here for mirroring, but now I don't need this basically. But yeah, it's okay. It will not influence much right now. For example, I can just bring this here so this is tidied up, yeah, it will not influence much, but if you want to know, or if you want to make this or some, oh, not this one. So for example, you can do this, and we have quartz here, so it doesn't matter anymore. So maybe you will save some vertices by cleaning up this. You don't need to mirror this now, and so it's okay. So let's leave the isolated mode. We have now tidied up this pretty well. We have here and here UNCUT. I'm thinking about if there's something else we need to care about. Well, I will quickly check this, so I will speed this up a little bit in my tutorial so that you don't waste too much time. Okay, I think that everything is prepared nicely and that we can start to merge everything to one single texture. I'm looking forward to this. So when we watched our outliner, we have so many different objects. Yeah, this is because this is a single object, this is a single object, this is one, this. Yeah, and what I need to do now is I merge everything to one to one mesh. So except the leaves here, I want to keep this because I don't want that this is brought to my material or to my texture. I just wanna have, I guess, if I, yes, okay. So I select everything and hit Control J. So everything is one mesh and everything is merged nicely, and yes. Okay, so the first step is for sure to prepare everything nicely, that all UV cuts are made and that, yeah, all textures are assigned correctly so far. The first step is now to go here to this triangle, and there you will find the tab UV maps, and yeah, we have this UV texture assigned. I just call it like this. So this is my UV map for sure. When I hit tabulator now, then we see that all my UVs are randomly placed and, yeah, overlapped each other. And yeah, because we have several textures and several materials, and we don't care about if this is like this. But now we want to create a new UV map, because all UVs should be placed in this triangle, in this quad here, in my texture space to 0, 1, and all UVs should be placed within this square, and the texture will be rendered and baked into this place here. So I So I create a new one. So I have this one and this one, and I call this UV texture bake townohouse. So this is my second UV map, and I can switch between them, but for now I will select everything and go here to unwrap, and yeah, you can now choose. Maybe it is good for you to hit Smart UV Project, but I want to so that everything is laid out nicely. But I want to hit unwrap because I want to adjust and work again on my texture later. So I just hit okay. First, I will unpin everything so that everything is okay. So and now I hit here unwrap, and you see that all my UVs are placed within this square now. I'm pretty happy about the result. So you see that that everything what I have done before is now within this. And you see as well that the texture looks very weird because yeah, we changed the UVs. But this doesn't matter. So you can as well hit here UVs pack island, so to maybe bring this to a better order, so that this is sorted a little bit more and is structured. So yeah, you see this is one and left and right. Yeah, so we have now created two different UV sets. This is the first one, our original, and this is our second one. And you see that this is as well changing here. But we need to select the second one, the new one. And what I need to do now is I create a completely new texture for this. So that we need to create a texture where we want to bake all the texture information in this one. So I hit here plus, and I call this chapter 1 townohouse, texture bake, whatever this is called. And I need to get a high resolution copy for this. So 4K should be working for this one. So 4096. So it needs to be the power of 2. Yes. Okay. And select this. Everything should be black, and this is necessary that we can start baking. So we have a new UV map. We have a new texture, and now we can start baking. So I go here to camera tab. I need to go here now to the tab bake, and when we unfold this, or when we open this up, then we get this these tools, this adjustment layers, whatever. Sorry, I need to open it, make this full screen. And you have here several options. We can bake whatever we wanna. We can make a full render with lights, with shadows and ambient occlusion or whatever. We can only render ambient occlusion if you wanna. But what I want to render is the texture. So I select bake mode textures and just hit bake. You see now that this blender is working 9%, and that we get slowly here the texture to our image. And this is very nice because we want have all the textures here in this little square. And Yep, and it's done. You see, this is very nice. It was pretty quick, and we have laid out the texture pretty nicely for the roof shingles. You see that this is as well with the shape of the mesh. Before we flattened this, and now it's like this curve here. We have all our wood stuff here. We have here as well all the details, and this is very good. So we can start drawing some details now. And here as well our stones. We have we have smaller one and bigger ones. We have here. Oh, this is not good. I don't want it to have them here, but anyway. I will change it later. Yeah, but you see that we have everything here now, and we can change as well texture if we wanna. We just can say, yeah, I wanna have here some moss paths or something like this, or I wanna have here some more runes, and this is what we will do now next. But first, you see that the image is not saved, so we just have this image here in Blender, but it's not saved. So I go here to image and select save as image. This is very necessary because otherwise we can't work with this. So for now I will just save this to the desktop and call this like this is, and hit save image. Okay, I brought now my texture to the correct folder. So I have here, for example, 2D buildings textures, and I just brought this now to this folder, and we see that everything is saved nicely. And yeah, now it's time to create here a new material. Hit plus and create a new material, and I call this matte townohouse baked. So I assign this now, and basically we have to select the correct texture as well. So I go to this one, go new, and call this a townohouse baked. Townohouse baked. And very important is that you need to have here under mapping that you have the coordinates UV, and you need to select your townohouse texture baked. This is very important because yeah, we have two different kind of UV sets, and you need to define the correct one. So I open up now my correct texture. Where I need to go? I need to go to 2D, buildings, texture, and I want to have the correct one. Where is my baked texture? This one here, and open this. Bam! So it's here, and the only thing what is left is I need to hit it here as well. So everything is prepared very nicely, and what we can do now, is to rename here my mesh in the outliner. So I call this townohouse merged mesh. And we have, for example, here some townohouse leaves. What is this, for example? Okay, this is my build element 01. This is element 02, and this will be, for example, element 03. Whatever. This is not Elementen. Yeah, anyway, we have here this layer, our basic mesh. We don't need this anymore, but yeah, we have here our townhouse, which is merged, and we have here our leaves, what I will use later. I see that this is not working right now, but yeah, because there's no alpha, this is just a white texture space around this. So yeah. Okay, so switch now to Photoshop and add some details. Perfect. So we are here now in Photoshop and we will start to adjust our texture. I need to say to you that I accidentally closed the program, Blender, and then I have to do everything again. So maybe, please don't mind that the texture is looking a little bit different. I just drag and drop it here. So yeah, for example, we don't have now here the little plants stuff here, but everything is pretty similar, so it shouldn't be a problem, I guess. So this is the first thing. This is our baked texture. Then the second thing is I just will make the background so that I don't see all the little squares here, and I just merge this here. I fill this here. So, and one thing is missing, and I want to add the UVs so that I know where I am and where I should place my detail stuff. So just drag and drop it here. So I have here the townhouse. Just go to this object and go to edit mode, and I do the UV, export UV layout, and yeah, this is 4K. I don't need a fill opacity. This is okay. So, and just call this UV, and I save a new texture to this. Export. Yes, takes a little bit longer than expected. I need to quickly search my townhouse, and then I will drag and drop it here. So now I have my UVs as well exported and imported here to Photoshop. You can choose different layer styles, so that, for example, just press divide so I can have all UVs in white or whatever, and I can work with this now. But I need to say to you now that I will speed up this painting process to place all the little details, and so that you see what I'm doing. But this is some kind of a time lapse. But yeah, this will take some time. So yeah, let's go. So, welcome back. I worked a little bit on this little texture. Maybe you saw it in the time lapse, but I forgot to assign properly the shroom textures, so I was urged to place this again. It was a little bit unnecessary work, but sorry for the mistake. It just doesn't assign the material correctly to the mesh. So yeah, I still haven't worked here worked out the stones here and there. I just placed the basic color for this, and then later I want to add some details to this in Blender. So I will paint a little bit in Blender as well with a time lapse. But what I need to do now before I export this and import this to Blender, I go to the background and make here a transparent area. This area, there will be now placed the leaf texture. So the leaf texture, exactly. So what I want to do is selecting all of this here, copy and paste this to this place here. So somewhere here, I guess. So everything is now in one single texture. I will export this now and import this to Blender. Here in Blender, I just need to go to my texture and reload it. Bam. So I got now the new texture here. Everything is pretty nice. So we got all the details here on this side stamps and here as well. We got all the moss texture around here and in the chimney as well. We got the blue door now and here as well some signs. I like this pretty much. We have here as well some moss over there, and yeah, here as well the sign. And what I need to do now is bringing the same material to this part here. So do this. There was again a little mistake, so yeah, for sure in our second UV texture bake, in our second map there wasn't those faces unfold, so I needed to bring them back here all together at one position, and now everything is one single mesh and one single texture. Okay, this is pretty good. The thing what I want to do now is to paint some highlights on the edges, so I get nice details again. So I will paint a little bit here in Blender now. I will show you how to do this. We are here now in our material folder. I can delete again this one. We only have this material, and what we're gonna do now is go here to texture paint. Now we got this tool here, and what I want to do now is get a nice stroke. So we have here the radius. This is a little bit too high, so I would bring this to probably 5 or something like this. Probably a little bit smaller, so 3, very tiny. Opacity should be a little bit stronger, so about 0.9. And the curve is okay like this, okay. And now I can very easily draw on this texture, and this will be as well here. important shortcuts are, for example, S to pick a color, for example now this color, and you almost need to select it here, and F is the brush size. Yeah, so let's do this. Well, so I'm pretty happy with the result right now. For sure there can be some more details drawn, but for now I think it's okay. What we need to do now is I need to save again the image, save as a copy, save image. So, and here I save here as well. And now I can head again back to my Photoshop texture, and let's go here. Okay, so drag and drop again the new saved file, and you see that there are some differences now. So we have added some more details again. I have made some mistakes. For example, here, this is not good. So what I'm doing now is I make a mask and just remove this. So for example here, this one, or here, this one. Where else do we have some other problems? I just need to go through here now and check this out. Okay, here. I will check it now. Okay, now it's time to adjust again some details. So guys, I'm happy with the texture now, and I think that we added pretty many details, and yeah, we got some nice seams and little shadows and something like this, and I pretty much like this, and I save this now. So okay, save, and PNG as well. 1, 2. And now it's time to bring this texture back to my mesh. Just press here, reload, and everything is nice again. So this mesh is finished for some export to Unity. Ready for the last round? So let's start this. Let's check some the last things here in Blender. For example, press Shift A for apply and press rotation and scale. So this is good that we get a scale for 1 and no rotation at all. And yes, very important before exporting is that you need to check where is your origin of this mesh. So I see that my origin is somewhere here at this point. This is pretty wrong. Let's check first. Where's the 3D cursor? To 0. This is good. Okay, here in object mode, press Ctrl Shift Alt C and bring origin to 3D cursor. Bam, now it's good. Now it is at 0, 0, 0. This is what I wanted. And there's another point which is very important before you want to export. For sure, this is looking good now, but we need, before we export, we need to delete all the UV maps we don't need. So, okay, so delete this one and as well this one. And there's only one UV map left, and I want only to delete, to export this one. So I can export this now, at least to Unity. We have only one material here. This is as well nice. So save it, and let's go to File, Export, and press FBX. Let's care first about this little toolbar here. What I want to select is selected objects for sure. I don't want to export the rest of this file. I just want to export my mesh, and I press experimental. Apply transform. So, okay. Let's. How should I name this? Chapter 1 Building Townhouse Mesh. This is pretty a good name. And press export. Well, so let's switch to Unity. Here is now my Unity project. You see that I have several other houses here, which I made in the past. They are pretty old and I need to rework them as well soon. And the house is for this part here. So this is my old plugin. I exported in this and imported this in Blender, and now it's time to replace this. So I select this and bring it away, delete it. So everything what was as well with this one. So sorry for this, but this need to be done first. Okay, so this is for number 1. Then I go to Order. Props, wrong folder again. I need to go to buildings, and we have different buildings here as well. And I need to create a new folder. Create folder here, and I will call this Townhouse. Yes, and what is necessary, this is as well pretty old, but it's okay. So Townhouse, let's go to my folder. Where is my Where's my folder with the correct FBX? So we have here our FBX. This is from today. Building Townhouse, and I drag and drop this to my new folder. So it's here now. And we have as well our material, which is we don't need this basically. So first I go here, I go here to this one, and go here to materials and import materials. No, we don't need this. Apply. So this isn't here again. Very important for us for our project is generate light map UVs. I need this for the light map I will render later. So, pretty nice. Let's create a new material now. Create material and call this matte building townhouse diffuse. Okay, now we need to select our own created shader. We have here now shader. I go here to Kordex, environment, and select environment diffuse. We have some opacity or transparency, so I need to select environment diffuse cutout. Yes. So a texture is missing. We have here our folder, building texture. Let's go to my folder. Where is it? Here. We have here our created texture, baked texture, and I just need to drag this file here to this folder. Now it's here. Go back to my material and search for my building townhouse diffuse and drag this here to this one. Very important is for us we have this white here as default for the fog color. Yeah, okay, this is fine. What is necessary next? Okay, so we have now our exported FBX, we have our material. It's time to place it to our game engine. I drag and drop it just to our scene. But yeah, the material is not assigned to this right now. So what I need to do is to drag and drop as well the material. And this is, the material is correct in the texture as well, but there are some shading bugs. Okay, in our project this is a little bit different because we need to rendering light map, and I will render this right now, but I will skip this rendering process and I will show you the result now. Well, the rendering is finished, and yeah, some bugs came up again and I fixed them, but now everything is done. The rendering with the lightning and all is looking, yeah, I need to change the prop position here a little bit, but all in all, the rendering with the lightning and everything looks pretty good. Sadly, the place is a little bit not the best one, because yeah, here's the other building, and yeah, so we have this place here in shadow, but I have placed the houses as well here on the other side. For example, it's as well not perfect. Maybe here, but there's as well not a good lighting. But anyway, I will just focus here on this part. It looks pretty nice. For sure this is not placed perfectly. I like how everything is coming together, and the shadows and the texture is really nice for me, in my opinion, and fits well to the environment. So guys, this is the end of my tutorial for this asset. I thank you very much for watching, and maybe you have some questions. I think that I handled every part of development. So now tell me your opinion. What do you think about my tutorial series? Do you like it? Okay, I will end this here now. Thank you very much for watching, and yeah, I wish you a nice day. It's your Simon.